out of the tank, that's for sure. 10-9, the final score there for Triple C. You got a lot of players, actually, as Gab Rose mentioned yesterday, already on league contracts. So some big bodies out there, and they'll be playing a physical game. Very direct, as we've seen so far in the tournament. So we're moments away. Zoe Jenrick, referee, out on the field in the middle of the park there, will get us underway. And only one team will progress, of course. Many of these players, of course, play with each other at club level and representative level. So lots of friends out there. Masters told us in his interview this morning. Playing the ball 9 metres out from the line. Blackberryman picking up from half. One of their main strike players here. Now look enthusiastically towards the sideline. Can't get it done, but Policy, according to Policy, killing the ball in the far corner. CHS with first possession now. What can they do off their own line? Sweeping players on now. And yeah, that strong start there for him, or rather Max Davies, but the ball goes to ground. So early defensive efforts there by Triple C pay off, and they'll get the ball back on the halfway line.
Yeah, a little slight error there from Blake Wardrobe, I think it was, but yeah, and then an error back from the Triple C, so ball's going to come back away the other side.
Slightly nervy start for both teams, but it's a long game. There's 40 minutes to play with. And another drop ball, so 3 in a row there. A little bit of frustration creeping in, but they're an experienced side, CHS. They'll keep their heads. Hang out to the right edge. Berryman with a nice clean box set there. Look at the legs from these from this Triple C team.
Oh, and a forward
they sweep
pass
on.
off the roll ball. Yeah.
From the sideline. Good call there, Des. You might have caught that before the refs, I think.
I was watching referee Kim Skelly over on that far side. His body movement gave that one away very, very early.
Skelly, of course, one of the top referees in the game. And at the pointy end of the competition. Any of touch football's best referees, of course, on this stadium field. The pace of this game's pretty tough to keep up with, that's for sure. And they do a great job. With the ball now, Wickham goes wide, it's Ellers, of course, who's been prominent for CHS, one of their key attacking weapons this morning. They scored probably half their tries off dummy half plays where Ellers was involved. As well, playing a huge role this morning was Blake Wardrobe. See if he gets some quality touches on the ball early here as well.
Yeah, combined high schools, they've got 4 or 5 players that they'll be relying on for offensive creativity as Blackberryman picks up, drops it back infield. And shut down.
So far, even on the scoreboard. 0-0. And CHS should get a bit of a strike at the back end of this set. Masters picks up the ball from half. He wants it back. Yeah, right idea there, but couldn't get all the way around. The ball was moving at lightning pace. Tough to keep up with.
Yeah, they both saw it there, Masters, and I didn't see who went through that hole. It looks like it might have been Riley Burke. And just popped that ball up for Masters to get it. They both saw that it was on. They both were looking for it. Execution just a little bit off at that high speed. It would have been effective.
Well, Jack Dean turning over the ball on 6 there. Has to be said, pretty equal field position right now. The territorial battle can't be called either way as of yet. Only a trial start to break that open. Picking up now is the 11 Wardrobe. He's caught from half, so I'll bring it back to the 7. Off we go again.
Really tense, no tries, no score yet.
It's deadlocked, and CHS, of course, they had that close game this morning, so they're used to this sort of play. Triple C, of course, they're experienced enough to be ready for this fight as the space opens up on the left. So they're just using that pace that they have. Almost a touch made there. Want the player underneath now. They'll go right to left. The short ball, and it's a runaway now. Play on. Has he got the legs to get down the field? Looks like the defenders are coming closer. He's probably going to be caught on the dive, and he is. It's the number 12 for Triple C that makes the touch. Jack Attard, well done.
Yeah, Angus Gobrin did really, really well up the other end of the field to sneak his way through and around and then get a strike dump down, and then the pass has gone out. It's bounced off somebody, streaking away down the field as Charlie Walker and didn't quite have the toe to get down.
Well, they've still got a shot here, and that's a penalty. So he's calling the middles to get back on side, and that's 2 penalties we see very clearly from Skelly. They've got to be careful here to avoid exclusion. Oh, the ball's just magically appeared in the hands of the number 5, Max Davies. Working well there with Curl. Curl wants the half position, picks up, doesn't get around, doesn't necessarily need to. Down is the call. And Tamana Ellis with the first try of the match here for CHS. He's such an important player in this lineup.
Yeah, I actually think on that previous one, Max Davies didn't end up getting the tag, and so he bounced up. That's why the ball ended up in his hands, because it never left him. And they were trying to set the same play up with a sweeper coming around the back and then look for that middle strike dump and a peel off the side of it for Ellis. They reset, went again, and this time he was able to dive at the line and offside defender at the feet. No way for it. Referee Skelly asking if the onside defender had actually made the tag. Good honesty to say no, but
Riley Pollard working with Blackberryman. The ball's down, and that combination all week, the camaraderie between these two is electric. And yeah, Pollard, he's also a danger player who we probably haven't given enough credit yet for his early impact here.
Little dummy, little show, and then he's into the end goal. It's good defence there. It's good defence from Riley Burke to not stress too much about the half. The greater threat was to Island Blackberryman, who was going to catch the ball and dive and put it down. Riley Burke in really good position, but not quite good enough. Try scored, so it's funny how that goes. Oh, no, tap on! Oh, that doesn't work.
Out of the hands. And 1-1 is the score. And we're going to see plenty of this sort of creativity today when both teams are playing at this borderline, well, I mean, it's a professional level of touch football.
Yeah,
only creativity is going to separate these teams today.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's funny how often that happens, though, where you have a long period as there's a pick up and run. This time it's Jack Dean having a crack at the line, not covered. Or he's covered up and then throws the ball away, so an extra 10 metres. But, you know, a real arm wrestle game, really close, no score for a long period of time, and then one team finally breaks through, and then the other team scores straight away.
And we can see there, great pickup. Again, referee Kim Skelly has had a really good start here. He's called throwing the ball away, even though CHS did catch the ball. It was slowing them down.
Yeah, exactly right. It was a deliberate, cynical attempt to try to slow the ball down and give their team time to get onside. So the referee blows the penalty, and in this case, he's in perfect chance of placement again so that he can call the 6 again. They've tried the same play, combined high schools again, with that little sweeper around and trying to run that middle peel. This time Ella's not able to link up on the outside. But an error in the roll ball.
CHS, they'll be licking their lips looking at this field position. They got 6 touches. Ella's out in the middle of the park working with Davies, both involved in the first try. Reg Nichols as well there. Elijah Cooper, who's been resolute in defence all week, out on the wing there. Davies dishes back to the inside. Masters plays the ball, gives back to Burke. They go out to the left and, yeah, didn't quite use all the touches in the count there, but the space was opening up for them.
Yeah, the play's not bad. I'm not comfortable with that execution. That pass is way too high with such limited space, which even if the winger had caught it, it was never going to be able to get it down and score off it. So just from a percentages point of view, you probably want that one to not rip out quite so fast and hard. Or fast and fast.
Either or. And Triple C will finish their set about 15 metres from the CHS touchline.
Yeah, nice.
And a beautiful ball there, heads-up footy, just to get those extra metres, and Cooper's probably gained 1 or 2 extra steps there as well, just going back on the inside. So good drive down the right flank, and very hard to separate these teams at the moment. It's really going to come down to whether or not superstar players can step it up here and trick the defence. Structurally, they're sound. Almost.
Oh,
wow! What a try! Elijah Cooper finishes it off there, but through the hands, thought for all money they were getting touched on the link. But, yeah, the hands, hot potato.
Blake Wardrobe with the movement here, but the tap on from Kyle McDermott is first class.
Oh, come
that
on.
is unreal. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Unbelievable try there. Certainly one of the best tries that we've seen all tournament so far to CHS. They go 2-1 up. And, yeah, the silky, smooth, soft hands. Just phenomenal tap on. Playing the ball now, Triple C. They're going to want to hit back fast. No flick out the back this time. They're just going to settle things down and play their structures. From the half position, Pollard. And, yeah, they're caught out. So we will see touch pass called as well. Needing to get 10 metres back.
Yeah, Riley Pollard, he's picked the ball up and had a crack back against the grain on one of those touches, and it hasn't quite worked because the link support player has kind of run a little bit too far into the line, and it's not necessarily a structural problem or anything else like that. It's just one of those things. As its last touch, an offload and a drop ball that was probably going to be covered there by Black Berriman.
And good touch all round right there. Plenty of flair. The CHS side been on the better side of it so far, but 2-1's the score with only one try separating them. It's really a tight tussle out here. It's what we were expecting. 5th and last now. Can Triple C break the line? Not on this occasion. So Jack Dean gets caught there. Dummy half.
It's a beautiful pickup. Real beautiful pickup. And then he's gone to the side where the defender, who was a little bit more set, was set up.
Makes it hard. They throw that one extra pass now. CHS are in great attacking position. Need to drive the ball in hard here. 5th and last. And, yeah, that's a name that's been involved all weekend. Great touch there by the number 6. And it's Jackson Edgar who makes a saving touch for his team.
Yeah, but really, really slick play, and Ethan Semple involved in that one alongside Blake Wardrobe.
Oh, great diving backwards catch there by the Triple C winger.
But, yeah, just to finish that off, it's the crisp ball movement, at pace, passing backwards and forwards, the understanding between each other, getting the ball down, virtually no downtime with the ball on the ground in between. Oh, has that got through? Not quite enough. But, yeah, like for just the movement, the speed of it, the understanding amongst each other, that was really, really slick.
Absolutely right. It's just been very slick for both sides so far. Certainly CHS, they've been slightly stronger in that department. Triple C's defence overall has been pretty spectacular as well, though. They're going to look right to left. Masters throws it out, and, yeah, good defence there. Number 9.
Cameron Chloe out on that far side is not onside, though. I genuinely thought he's read that really well and was in really good position, but he's obviously not made it back onside in time, and so that
one stings.
Yeah, that hurts. You can see he's a long way up there, and then he's made the touch, and then he's had to get to the line. So, Zoe Jenrick over on that side must have been calling him offside all the whole way.
Didn't end up making it back, possibly needing to make it back to the line, but
that's out. Yeah,
they're playing on. There you go. They were calling for the touch pass, but the ball was away, and we see the diving touch over in the corner for Triple C. It's Logan Toller, and, yeah, that's a beautiful finish.
Yeah, there's not a lot of space there in any of these passes, so they've got the catch and pass here.
It's away.
This one. So the one from Berryman's great. the one from Jared Haywood. Really close. They're asking about the one on Tolar and Black Berryman. The referee's in good position. They've called each one clear, and then the finish from Tolar. It's wonderful in the corner.
Tolar jumping out and around the cone there. And brings it back to 3-2, reducing the deficit. So, yeah, CHS, they don't mind these tussles. The trail ball back on the inside doesn't quite pay this time, but the commentators curse it will pay here with an offside penalty. Ella's running a nice line there. He'll be working with Curl on this occasion. Curl gives back to Ella's. Ella's hunting close to the line there.
Really good defence, though. The snipe up from the link. I can't see who that is specifically on that side for Triple C. As there's a bat on that hasn't been buried, gathered back in by Tamako Berryman.
So, see, another 6 touches. Getting some fresh strike players on there. CHS. Ehlers. Has he got the space? Not on this occasion. So I guess they're trying to compress the defence here. Yeah. Triple C is looking staunch. Ehlers with it again. And this time Curl.
Forward pass. Really good defence. Wow. And you can see the Triple C players high-fiving each other. Berryman and Haywood there giving themselves a big high five because that's really tough work to defend that. The other player outside was Jackson Edgar.
Keeping this CHS team out for as long as they did and so comfortably as well, it seemed. It's a testament. And here they're going to recapture the ball. 6 more touches. They may not need it, though. If they can dive over in the corner, they will. Triple C have equalised here. And it's Logan Tolar. He's had a good game so far, and he's continuing to.
Yeah, a little bit of fortune here with the ball being tipped up, and it's come down to back into the hands of a Triple C player. So there's the tip. It comes into a Triple C player. He's able to reload, get the ball out for Tolar. Tolar's got all the space in the world despite the despairing rush here. I think that's Nash Ritchie turning to chase the big frame of the winger.
Good job from Edgar as well to have the, presence as well. He's facing his own line when he got the ball, but he straight away thought, I've got to get it to my winger. And heads up footy. Close to the line. Almost there. Snuck in Blake Wardrobe. He had an important part to play in the 10-9 victory this morning. Doesn't make it through the line, and that's a great diving touch there by Bailey Tranter.
Yeah, Braden Wickman in really good position as well. He was able to shut down, so even if Tranter had missed, that was covered. But Triple C, they scored off a little bit of fortune with the tipped pass, but it came off the back of how solid their line defence was on that previous set. They're solid again in this one. This is something that they can really use to build on and build a little bit of momentum. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half. If they can score one more here, they'll be very, very happy with where they stand.
Short side attack. The ball's down, and I was about to say, Des, the momentum has felt like it's started to shift here. Triple C starting to take a little bit of a hold, and it's so important for CHS now to keep their heads. It's 2 in a row for Triple C.
Yeah, and the work from Black Berryman, as the replay doesn't quite get to where we need it to, but it's Jack Attard who's got the really nice pass back on the inside to work for them to show where it comes. Here we go. So that's Attard. Gets it down. Attard there. Back across.
Back in the inside. And it's
Angus Gobrin with the try. Nice. Come back to live action. Davies, Masters.
Close to the line, Masters. Almost picked off, and that would have been a really interesting chase, that one, and especially with only 50 seconds to go. A 2-point margin would have been the first time in this match had they have scored one there. Pollard throws a risky ball, and it pays. They're going to look back on the inside here, Triple C. Big collision. Referee collides. They're going to pause the play, and that is a good refereeing decision from Kim Skelly. the crowd, they're all getting amongst the atmosphere here. But, yeah, it was just, look, they were both trying to run back to get in a good position and couldn't avoid each other.
Yeah, it's a shame. It was really good interplay happening, but the smart play was that they were going to take a touch and get the ball down there, Triple C, as they're wanting the players to come forward. Blackberryman's inside the 7, though, so they don't need to move forward.
They want to have a crack
and there's
here.
The siren with
Flick
the
out the
second.
back. Oh. And what an exciting finish to the half, Des. 4-3 is the final score here in the 18 boys semi-final. And Triple C just started to get a bit of an edge there.
Oh, bonk. There's the collision. And it's Max Davies trying to run back and make the touch. Kim Skelly doing the right thing there. He's not in position to be able to control the next onside line, but also he's created a disadvantage because he's been in the way and knocked out a player that's a defender. So he's taken the smart option to say, no, everybody, let's just settle, roll the ball there once we're back in position so that no team gets a disadvantage or an unfair. Catholic schools really got a massive boost from that defensive set at their own line. They had a couple of possessions in a row, gave away 2 penalties, managed to hold out the combined high schools from that one, and from there they went down the other end, scored, went down the other end, and they really had high energy off the back of their defence. That's really positive for them. We'll see what happens. A little Cindy play isn't going to quite come off for them here and for combined high schools, but lots of bodies in motion, lots of movement. Combined Catholic colleges respond really, really well to it.
We've talked a lot about that line defence, Des, and another good example of it there. It's really been at the pinnacle of this performance by Triple C. They have that to thank for being ahead on the scoreboard, but still very much early days. So see what they can do in their first serious attacking set here. 5th and last is the call. Yeah, they're going to run out of space there. Good shooting defence. Masters making the touch.
Yeah, Jack Dean, the focal point on that set, which is where it's been for most of this game. Combined high schools are going to run their couple of interchanges. Coming on here with the ball now, Nichols. Just moving the ball around into space, out to the wing. It's going to come back out, down into the middle here now.
He wants to push that. He was thinking about it. He wanted to go to the wing, more or less to kill the ball in the corner, but opted not to. We'd seen a few intercepts in the first half. Don't necessarily want to be risking that at this point. So, Triple C. Legs for days. Pollard back out in the middle of the pitch now. Working there with Cade Majali. Now they'll come back to the left, and he's got the ball back in his hands. It's 6 more. He's in the passing passage there. Whether or not he tried to claim the ball or not doesn't really matter. Picking up there's Majali from half, working with Pollard. Finishing the combination is Gobrin. Scored a try in the first half. Gobrin gets the ball back flat off the ruck, and it's going to be called forwards.
Tap now. With a quick tap.
Oh, it's good from Ellers. Heads up footy to go straight away there, and by 2 touches they're at the halfway mark. So positive signs for CHS. Coach Scott Buckley had some tense words with the crew, and he's quite the tactician, so imagine he was getting pretty specific. Here we go. Interesting call there, Des. I'll let you walk us through that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the referee is saying here. It was he's basically trying to signal that he's held the player up in the roll ball a little bit from the side. I don't necessarily think that was exactly right, but a little flick out the back. Wow.
He's got
him. Nothing.
Spectacular stuff there for CHS. They've certainly had a couple of inventive tries so far. 4 all. They've equalised things.
Ethan Semple just sends Blake Wardrobe around the back and pops the ball up for him. Just Wardrobe with just the foot speed. So we've levelled it up at 4 all, but it could have been a turnover. They get the penalty instead. They get an attempt at it, and while everybody is standing flat-footed and trying to slow the play down, Wardrobe with the quick sprint around. Semple with his slick hands.
Shooting defence is brilliant there, and Black Berryman, he'll come to the half position, slowing things down there, working with Jared Hayward. And now it's Berryman again. He'll look for Black Berryman on the switch, but he stayed wide there, so doesn't connect. It's just incredible to see 18 boys' talent here, just working into space every time. Masters, he will recycle the ball back on the end.
Yeah, Tamako Berryman, he really had worked everything he needed to, and then there's a little bit of complicated movement on the outside between the support players, and just didn't quite work out for him. But if it had been basic 4-on-3 play, Berryman could have just picked out whoever it was and you know, ripped a ball to somebody to score. It didn't quite work out for him as the complicated interplay. The combined high schoolers doesn't work down this end, and we're going to catch back up, and that's a long pass, high risk, and caught and held, and there's lots of ball movement.
Homing pigeon.
Fast play.
From the Triple C side there, over the halfway line, fifth and last, not afraid to take some risks. Oh, they're still moving through. Referee Skelly had the whistle in the mouth to call a penalty actually for offside, decided to play through. The correct decision there.
Yeah, and then he signals for a missed touch, so I think he was actually going to call the offside because he felt that there was a touch made directly in front of him. So you can see this one here. See, that player's offside. He stops because it's the diving player. He thinks that diving player might have made the touch, but then it signals.
Oh, how's the pickup from
Pickup's
outside?
Amazing.
The one-handed pickup, and he just scoops through.
And Jack Dean doesn't have to do anything but catch and put down. But just beautiful work from Attard.
5-4 now. So here we go again. He scored yet another try there. Blake Wardrobe, all clear for 5-all. Wardrobe, he was dangerous this morning. Probably, arguably the player of the match in their quarterfinal matchup. And, yeah, he's putting on the exhibition here to make it 5-all.
He's been really good, and he gets up and he points to the spot, does the teapot. I'm a little teapot, points to the spot, and the referees agree. That's how I get mocked back home, pointing the teapot.
10 tries on the board. Des, there's been no shortage of them. Attacking prowess across the field, and given how good the line defence has been, to see this many tries, phenomenal. Black Berryman has a crack at the line here. We know that he's got pace to get through most defensive lines, but CHS here just too good, sliding across.
Intensity of this game's lifted just in the last couple of minutes. Tamako Berryman, that ball's down. Tyler Black Berryman has got it. Skelly says no, definitely haven't made that touch. Black Berryman with the try. Short ball from Tamako Berryman. And Triple C back in front, but the intensity of this game has lifted. You can see the players are going. It's been intense all the way through. It's been tense and tight, but just the energy levels for both teams has lifted just in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
And it's going to need to lift and lift again. This is high quality touch, and we already know that the 18 boys grand final, regardless of who goes through, is going to have an equal amount of quality. There's an all Queensland grand final going on. As we see a sweeper play, they've gone back on the inside, touch is made, and in fact it won't matter because there's a forward pass. They go for a quick tap.
Yeah, it was the ball that went dropped back into Ella's that the referees have called forward, but interplay of passing, really slick. Sharp play. Triple C now going to peel off the bench. Drive down, that should get turned over. It does. Referees pick up on it. A little bobble in the roll ball.
And on field 2 right now, QSST, who haven't lost a match, last year's winners, so defending their title. They're playing the Brisbane Cobras.
Oh, wow.
So that will determine who comes and plays one of these New South Wales teams in the grand final. Yet to be seen who that'll be at 6-5. Anyone's guess. Wardrobe tries to work through there for CHS, but can't make it 3. Triple C now to the box.
Great drive from Dean. At Pollard tries to rip it back, but they've stepped out of bounds in one of the roll balls and picked up by referee Zoe Jenricker on that far side.
And CHS with decent field position. Try and make something work here. Semple, he leaves the field. And new pods on. So Max Davies, he'll be working with Masters and Burke. So plenty of firepower here. Masters, he'll go to the half position for fifth and last. Can he go? That was a really interesting play. They sort of had the fullback come out of into the line there really late.
Yeah, exactly right. And Max Davies was hanging back on this left-hand side as the link, just trying to make it look like he was going to run as a bit of a passive link, looking for the play to come back this way, but instead he sweeps back the other way and becomes passive on the far side. Nice design of the play. Didn't quite execute it right, and he's ended up catching the ball a little bit off balance and not able to do anything with it.
But good to see they've still got some options up their sleeve, the CHS team. That's a play that we haven't seen yet in this matchup. So creative after 30 minutes. It's good signs. Triple C here, though. They'll look to go two in front. They've got the touch, and it's a tight call. Riley Burke claiming it. Could certainly have gone either way, but they're going to call a penalty for not moving forward. Yeah, it's on the link there for CHS. So they're figuring out their options here, Triple C, because going two in front right now. Blackberryman working hard enough. That's all he needs to do to throw them off balance. And it's the number 4 for Triple C, Braden Wickham. He deserves a try. He's been putting in that effort in the background all game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wickham gets the ball down. It's just a little punish play. Blackberryman drags infield when he picks the ball up. That takes the marker Riley Burke away from where Wickman is. So it's just a one-on-one with the link, and Wickman has the advantage because he's running forwards and can dive. Gets the try. It's a 2-try lead now for Triple C. As they back off, coming up to the line, they'll probably get penalised here if something doesn't come out of it. Ella's with the pick-up. It's knocked down.
Well, we've almost just seen
a
big chase there. Would have been on. 6 more touches. 2 is the deficit here, so CHS, the pressure is starting to build. They've got plenty of time to come back, though. Getting back to his feet there is the 7, Kyle McDermott. And, yeah, we've just had another penalty blown close to the line. Or rather the first. We thought a penalty might get called earlier. So, Ella's with the ball.
There's the second one.
Oh, things are getting interesting now. Got to avoid exclusion. Zoe Genrick will be watching there with Kim Skelly to make sure that there's no infringements. That could get interesting if we see a player.
There's been a change up here for the CHS. They've got Ellas and Masters on. They've not been working together. They've been their own individual
entities,
play callers within their own little pods. This time the two of them are together. Ellas with the long ball. That's going to get covered. Not held by Riley Jones on this near side. And defended by Triple C. And yeah, they're comfortable now.
Costly there for CHS and Triple C. They'll look for a strong box set here. Make sure they kill the ball right down the other end. Maybe get one strike play off the back end. Strong rucking from both sides there. Picking up from dummy half. They go right to left. They've got space to work with. Triple C. Have they gone 3 in front? Referees conferring.
I personally think this is a touch, and that's the call.
Great touch indeed. So 7-5 is the score. Just no end to the excitement here, and it's going to continue on all day. We've got grand finals coming up next in our under-16s divisions. Followed by that, we'll see our 18s, one of these teams, back out on the field.
Good footwork from Semple. That pass might have gone forward from Wardrobe. It's tapped on. It's still going and then knocked down.
6 more touches, so they've done well to win another 6 there and forcing Triple C to get some hands in between. Every player on the field seemingly touching the ball in that play.
Real noticeable lift in energy that happened, and then there's been another kick just recently. That one might go for it has. The pass from Wardrobe to Semple. Those two have been working together. They're going to get an extra 10 for a bit of an extra mouthful.
Yeah, it's just an unnecessary 10 at that point. It's hard to not get, into the intensity of this game, of course. Triple C here. They'll be happy with the scoreboard, but would be even happier if they had one more try on. So a little flick out the back into their latch play. And Riley Pollard will be picking up from the half position. Let's see what he does. Right to left ball, cut out to the link hole. Can't quite work around. Looks like they're going to tidy this up here, CHS.
Really good defence from Max Davies on that right link side. It was all sorts of movement. The deep pass out the back creates all sorts of opportunities for Triple C, but Davies more than equal to it there.
Riley Jones commanding things from the edge. Masters, they passed it.
No, that one's not going to work.
The third one was asking too much for CHS there, but that looked like they'd discussed that before they ran on the field.
Yeah, they knew the ball was going to go through the hands. Pollard's going to take the tap there. There was a conversation, I'm not sure what that was about, between players and referees. If Pollard was asking for an extra penalty for throwing the ball away, I think that's a step too far when you're in front.
It's probably the team that's winning. Well,
yes,
not really their time.
They're more likely that they're going to throw the ball away rather than the team that's behind.
Blackberryman
with subtle work.
And they go for the flick, and actually the scramble defence was pretty good from CHS to shut that down because it looked like they were going through there.
Yeah, it was, but the sleight of hand there from Blackberryman was really nice.
Our athlete scoreboard still reads 7-5. 4 minutes left in this clash. Winner straight through to the finals, and Buckley, you can see arms wide open, but
they're going to get penalised here.
There will be a penalty
in the ruck. So the reason that pass ended up being loose was because the roll ball was slow, because the defender rolled straight in between the roll ball and the half, and that's why Scott Buckley was going bananas.
Well, Ellers hasn't cracked the line for a little while here, the CHS side, but Ellers, he'd be one of the players to give it a shot, that's for sure. And he's in there working with Curl and Sergeant Wilson as well. That's an awesome surname too.
Yeah, I've known a few Sergeant Wilsons from my time in the defence. Here we go, there's a penalty for offside, not moving forward.
So
CHS with a almost at the must-score end of the game.
Up here, Curl wants the ball. They go out the back. The hands are away. The touchdown has been confirmed, and beautiful stuff there on the first touch for CHS.
Yeah, it's a little counties play from Ellers. He steps back, gets the ball deep out the back. Nash Ritchie, all he has to do is catch this one, because that looks like it's Riley Burke through the hands. Nash Ritchie with the catch and put down.
Lovely stuff. They're fond of that passive play out the back.
Yeah, and under pressure, that worked really, really well. So they needed that try, combined high schools. And can Triple C respond again and lift their own intensity again and try to consolidate their lead? Blackberryman
certainly got the right players on the field to try and make something happen here. Consolidation is the objective. Riley Pollard with the ball in hand. He's through into the in-goal. Throws to the wing. No one's anywhere near. And it's the number 9 there, Cameron Chloe, who is going to get a try for Triple C. They're 2 in front once again, and now it's do or die for CHS.
Yeah, Blackberryman here. I'm just trying to see who got that ball down, because I think it was Jared Hayward. Really whoever it was, very, very intelligent play. That ball came back out of Blackberryman's play. Tamako Berryman had the ball and then ripped it out the back. Hayward held up the play, knew that they didn't have to push and press too hard, got the clean strike dump while the defence is struggling. Pollard has got a clear 4-on-3, can pick out the open player, and Cameron Chloe with the finish.
And that's made it tough for CHS now, but the back end of this set, they'll find a little bit of space, can't get the ball away. It's fifth and last. See what they can do from static play. They really need to score on this set, and they don't work their way through. So, minute 20 left. It's still feasible, but unlikely.
Yeah, they're going to have to get something here, combined high schools. Triple C.
How do you manage this set, Des?
Well, Triple C have just got to get down the other end of the field. It's control the ball, but it's also go forward and get down and make it as hard as you possibly can for CHS to have to get down the end of the field. The longer you hold the ball as well,
it's good
less
legs.
time CHS have got. It's fifth touch, Trenta over the top. Yeah, that's smart play as well.
That's
by Pollard.
Very smart play.
Yeah, just I'm trying for the ball. I'm not trying to knock it away.
And with 43 seconds, they'd need a miracle here, CHS. They work to their box, but they're going to have to go fairly direct. The latch play here is what we're looking for. See what they can do. The calls for no touch. They've got to watch that sideline too. Charging through. They're going to have one more touch to work with. Ellers will come to dummy half and a mistake. So that'll be it. 8-6. May not be the final score, but highly likely to be. CHS, they've been valiant, but couldn't stick with this Triple C team that just all came together at the right moments in this game.
Yeah, it's an interchange error that leads to a 7 on the field is the indicator. So Triple C will come up and shake hands after. That was a really, really impressive. That was just so entertaining, that game, and the energy level. We saw pretty much everything out of that game, where it was really tight early, bit of arm wrestle. Then the floodgates open a little bit, that real change of energy that happened right before halftime when the Triple C had that extended set on their own line. Their line defence, they drew so much energy out of that one, and that's what's driven them in front.